Baggedmilk with us. Lots to talk about. Let's recap quickly that game last night. I was surprised that it was so low scoring based on the two teams. But
yeah, me too.
But we got the win. We got an OT win, which is nice too because we haven't beat Colorado this year, right? That was the first win out of the three matchups for Edmonton.
Actually, they haven't had a good record. If you go back into the playoffs, obviously they got swept, but they were 1-4-4 in their last 9 games against Colorado. So like you said, it's just nice to pick one up and know you can beat them heading into the playoffs because if all goes well, if all goes to plan, we'll be lining up against Colorado again in 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing that I think we should get into, and again, I'm always a little bit leery about doing the sports donkey stuff, but we should jump into this pool. Who are they going to play? Because you've got it broken down. I wish I would have talked to you before I did the sports this morning because you got 3 possible scenarios.
Yes, but I'm straight up stealing this from NHL Sid, who writes for us. He's way smarter than I am. Yeah. So basically with the win last night, Edmonton and Colorado, if they both win their final game, can get a max of 109 points.
Yeah.
Edmonton would have the tiebreaker in that situation as regulation wins, meaning they would finish first ahead of Colorado. That if they beat San Jose. But to win the Pacific, they also need Seattle to beat Vegas in their last game. Seattle got dummied by Vegas last night. So
and Edmonton needs to beat San Jose. We're just assuming that's happening.
Yeah, we're going to assume that's happening because San Jose is terrible.
Yeah.
But if Edmonton is tied with Vegas, Edmonton has the tiebreaker. They would then play. Well, so if Edmonton finishes first in the conference, they're going to play Winnipeg, which is a nightmare to me because I don't want to go to Winnipeg.
Well,
no one wants to go to Winnipeg.
Yeah, bus or train.
If the Oilers win on Thursday, but Vegas also wins on Thursday,
then it's
they're
the
playing
Kings.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's the most likely scenario based on how everything will fall is that we're playing Los Angeles. How do you feel about that? Would you rather play Seattle or the Jets?
I would rather play Seattle for sure because I just don't think they're very good. But the reality is that that's just probably not going to happen. They have to beat to get Seattle. They have to beat Vegas. LA has to lose their last game, and Edmonton also has to lose their last game. So there's like a lot of things that go into that one. So it doesn't seem likely. They would be my preference. They're just not very good.
Yeah.
But at the same point, I don't fear LA. The Oilers just beat them twice in a really tight up defensive game. They bullied them all over the ice. They're the bigger team. They're the more skilled team. I don't fear LA at all. And quite frankly, their goaltending is coming back down to earth over the last little bit. They're kind of falling apart down the stretch, to be honest.
Well coached, though. That's the thing, right? Like they play it. Yeah.
Todd McClellan always gets haircuts every 15 minutes. He always looks sharp. Suit game looks good. But again, I don't think the Oilers should be worried about anybody, and I don't care who it is that they face, but it's most likely going to be LA, which works out really nice for me if we do end up going down to cover the first round.
I think there's some scars of the past. Like, people are afraid. We went to 7 last year, right? And then we're afraid of Winnipeg because we got swept a couple years in the bubble hockey thing, so... There's some scars.
Speaking of scars, though, we got Leafs fans have to be scarred going into this. I made my bet this morning. I put $100 on Tampa Bay to win in Game 7 in the first round. It only pays $650.
I was going to say the payout wasn't that big.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a grand or two at least, but yeah.
And the thing with Toronto fans is, they're a good team. Like, there's no denying that Toronto's a good team. But when they look across the ice at the Tampa Bay Lightning, the team that keeps knocking them out, Vasilevsky is still in net. He is far superior to what anything that Toronto has. Matt Murray's hurt. Who knows even who's going to play in net for them? So, I don't hate that bet, Locke. I don't hate it. Yeah. And it would be hilarious.
Yesterday during the podcast that I do in the afternoon, because I'm on there with a Leafs fan, and he was trying to convince me that that the Leafs have a top 6 that rivals, any team in the NHL, and I'm like, not even in the top 5. And then I just changed the subject and moved on. And you could see the pain in his eyes.
Yeah, it's the best.
Playoffs start Monday, right? And you got all the new Oiler Nation gear for sale to get ready for the playoffs.
Awesome.
Yeah, nationgear.ca. We released our Oil Up line for the 2023 playoffs. We've also got the phenomenal tees for Leon Draisaitl. We've got the Year of Nuge tees. Those are flying out, so we've got a lot of options for some fresh gear for the playoffs.
Yeah, I like those Oil Up t-shirts. Might have to grab one.
Everyone loves.
I grabbed mine yesterday. Oh, nude! And like Locke, when I say these are flying, like they are flying.
Yeah,
we dropped the shirt as soon as he hit 100 points, and we sold 100 of them like overnight. It seems like they are moving. So people love the nude.
You have to start selling some Regina gear for us.
Yeah,
ours isn't selling so well.
we have experienced Regina. I love Regina. Nothing moved.
Not even our baby onesies.
Yeah, the baby onesies. Who doesn't want to put their kids in Regina gear? All right, listen, Baggedmilk, thank you for your time. Make sure you let us know as soon as you get a heads up on your playoff parties too, where you guys are going to be, Oilers Nation.
100%. We should have that locked in hopefully by the end of the week.
Cool. All right. Last game tomorrow night, San Jose. I guess it's
fan appreciation night.
It's fan appreciation night.
Yeah.
It's almost
the Oilers can go for a franchise record 9th straight win.
Awesome.
That surprised me that it's not higher. Mm-hmm. But I guess
with all those teams in the 80s, 100%.
That is very surprising, actually.
Very surprising that it, because 9 is a lot, but it doesn't seem significant based on what we've achieved in the past. Anyway, it's going to be a good year. We're looking forward to the playoffs, and I like the fact that Edmonton still has to put on a performance tomorrow night. There's still something at stake for the last game. It's not a throwaway, so it'll be fun to watch that last game, even though it's San Jose and they suck this year.
Yeah, they're terrible, but this is also the last tune-up for your liver, so make sure that you're getting some waters in, a nice base layer, because we've got plenty of punishment for our bodies coming down the pipe.
There he is, Baggedmilk, Oilers Nation. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, boys.
The Locker Room for Arden Roof Systems. Weekday mornings on 95.7 Cruise FM.